Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Daily English Talk, where learning English is simple, relaxed, and actually fun. I'm Ava, and I'm happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Paul. Ava, I've been watching the news all morning, but honestly, I didn't understand half of it.
Half? That's better than yesterday. Yesterday, you understood zero.
Exactly. News English is fast, complicated, and full of big words. My brain almost ran away.
Well, good news. Today, we're talking about how to talk about news in English. We'll make it simple, step by step, like a friendly chat.
Perfect. And before we start, everyone listening, please subscribe to Roy English Talk, give us a like, and share this episode with a friend.
All right, let's begin.
Paul, you said you didn't understand the news this morning. Why do you think it's so hard?
Because news reporters speak like they're in a speed race. They talk fast, nonstop, and I'm just sitting there like, wait, what?
Exactly! Speed is the first problem. News English is much faster than everyday English.
And they use big words, complicated words, words I've never seen in my whole life.
That's the second problem, advanced vocabulary. News uses formal language, technical terms, and difficult words. It's not simple English.
Also different accents. British news, American news, Australian news, my ears get confused.
Good point. Accents make comprehension harder. If you only study one accent, others feel like a whole new language.
And the topics, politics, economics, climate change, these things are not easy even in my first language.
Exactly right. Complex topics make the news challenging. You're not listening to simple conversations, you're listening to people discuss serious world issues.
Another problem, I'm scared to talk about news with others. I worry I'll say something wrong.
That's a very common fear. News topics can be sensitive, and many learners feel nervous. But the truth is this: you don't need perfect English to talk about the news. You just need basic tools.
Tools? Like what?
Easy sentences, simple vocabulary, confidence, and the right strategy to understand information.
So it's not impossible.
Not at all. It's just a skill. And like any skill, you improve with practice.
Okay, so today we teach people how to understand the news and how to talk about it clearly.
Exactly. Step by step. No stress. Paul, remember last week when you went to the gym and your legs almost died?
Yes, my legs are still angry about that day.
Good, because today we compare news to the gym.
Oh no, more pain?
Not that kind of pain. Think of your brain as a muscle. When you listen to news, you're giving your brain a workout.
A mental workout. I like that. So what are the exercises?
The first exercise is headlines. They are short, fast, and full of key words. Headlines are like warm-up stretches.
So headlines prepare my brain before the real exercise.
Exactly. Then comes the main article or the full news report. This is the real workout, like lifting weights.
Heavy weights. Because sometimes I feel my brain sweating.
Good. That means you're learning. News describes events, gives facts, includes opinions, and uses advanced vocabulary. It challenges your brain.
So that struggle is normal?
Completely normal. If it feels too easy, you're not growing. Just like lifting a pencil at the gym doesn't build muscles.
True. And conversations about the news, what are they?
Those are your heavy lifting sessions. Talking about the news forces you to think, explain, summarize, and express opinions.
Ah, that's why my brain hurts after talking about politics.
Exactly. That discomfort is good pain. It means you're pushing yourself.
And what about mistakes?
Mistakes are like muscle soreness. They hurt a little, but they mean you're improving.
So if I feel confused, tired, or slow when listening to news, it's not failure?
Not at all. It's your brain getting stronger, little by little.
I love this analogy. News equals mental gym. No pain, no gain, even in English.
Exactly.
before we can talk about the news, we need the right vocabulary. Not thousands of words, just the most useful and common ones.
Good, because if you give me 500 new words, I'll run away.
Don't worry, we're focusing on simple and powerful words used in news stories. 1. General news vocabulary. Let's start with general news vocabulary, the words you see everywhere. Headline, the title of the news. Breaking news, news happening right now. Update, new information. Reporter, the person giving the news. Source, where the information came from. Live coverage, news shown in real time. Official statement, formal information from a government or company.
These words are like the ABC of news.
Exactly. Learn these first. 2. Topic-based vocabulary. Now let's look at useful words for different types of news. A. Politics. Election, president or prime minister. Decision, government, policy, debate.
Politics always sounds difficult.
That's why simple words like decision or policy help a lot. B. Weather. Forecast, temperature, storm, rainfall, warning, heat wave.
Weather news. My favorite. No politics, no stress.
C. Economy. Prices, market, inflation, jobs, business, growth.
These words appear in business news every day.
D. Technology. Update, device, app, new feature, data, security. E. Health. Symptoms, treatment, safety, cases, risk, healthy habits. 3. Useful phrases for talking about news. Here are the most helpful phrases for real conversation. Did you hear about? The latest news is, according to the report, they said that, in my opinion, the main point is, it seems like.
These phrases are gold. I can use them for any topic.
Exactly. These phrases help you sound confident and natural. All right, let's toughen this up. If someone says they have a morning routine, half the time they mean scrolling on their phone and pretending it's productive. So let's fix that. We're breaking down real English phrases you actually need.
Yeah, and don't just memorize these, use them. Otherwise, they're useless. Here we go. 1. I hit the snooze button. Translation, you're delaying your day. Not impressive, but common. 2. I get out of bed right away. Short, simple, sounds disciplined, even if it's a lie.
3. I freshen up. A polite way to say you wash your face, brush your teeth, make yourself look human.
4. I make my bed. If you can't handle a blanket, don't pretend you handle big goals.
5. I jump in the shower. A natural expression, not literally jumping, don't overthink it.
6. I grab a quick breakfast. Fast, usually rushed, usually unhealthy, but it's everyday English.
7. I check my messages. You do this, don't deny it.
8. I head out the door. This means you leave. Super common and natural.
If you actually want to sound fluent, stop over-explaining and start using phrases like these.
Exactly. And don't overcomplicate your routine. Say what you do. That's it.
Paul, listening to news can be like trying to drink water from a fire hose. Too fast, too much information.
Exactly. I get lost after 2 sentences.
Don't worry. Let's talk about strategies to understand news better, step by step. Step 1. Start small. Begin with short news summaries. They are simple and easy to understand.
Like headlines and small articles?
Exactly. You don't need to watch a 30-minute news show on your first day. Step 2. Use slow English sources. Many news channels have slow English versions. You hear every word clearly.
Oh, it's like training wheels for my ears.
Yes, this makes comprehension much easier. Step 3. Focus on keywords. When reading or listening, look for keywords.
president, election, forecast, growth, warning.
So even if I don't understand every word, I can get the main idea.
Exactly. Main idea first, details later. Step 4. Guess meaning from context.
Sometimes words are new. I don't know them at all.
That's okay. Try to guess the meaning from the sentence. Context is a powerful tool.
Like Sherlock Holmes for English?
Exactly. Don't stop when you meet a new word. Keep going. Step 5. Repeat and review. Listen to the same news story more than once. Repetition helps memory and understanding.
So listen, pause, check words, listen again.
Perfect. That's how you build confidence. Step 6. Take notes. Write down important points in simple English, just 3 to 5 words per sentence.
So my brain remembers faster?
Exactly. Writing helps comprehension.
So small steps, slow English, keywords, context, repetition, and notes. Got it.
Yes, use these strategies, and soon the news won't scare you. Paul, now that we understand news better, how do we actually talk about it confidently?
Honestly, I get nervous. What if I say something wrong?
That's normal. Everyone feels nervous at first. Confidence comes with practice. Let's break it down. Use simple English.
Don't try to use complicated words.
Use the words you know.
So instead of saying catastrophic weather phenomenon, I can say big storm.
Exactly. Simple, clear, and natural. 2. Prepare go-to phrases. Learn phrases you can always use. Did you hear about? The latest news is. I think the main point is, it seems like.
Even if I make a small mistake, these phrases keep me going.
Yes, they act like training wheels for conversation. 3. Summarize the news.
Summarize?
Yes, pick 2 or 3 main points from a news story and say them out loud.
So I don't need to repeat every detail?
Exactly. It makes your sentences shorter and easier. 4. Ask questions. When talking with others, ask questions to continue the conversation.
Like, what do you think about this news?
Perfect. It keeps the dialogue going and gives you more practice.
But I still worry about errors.
Mistakes are part of learning. Even native speakers make mistakes. The more you speak, the faster you improve.
So mistakes equals growth. Got it.
Exactly. Confidence comes from small steps. Speak slowly, use simple words, repeat, and ask questions.
I feel ready to talk about news now. Even if I'm nervous, I'll try.
That's the spirit. Confidence is built one conversation at a time. Paul, now let's practice with real conversations. 3 levels: easy, medium, and advanced.
I like examples. Let's go.
Easy conversation. Did you hear about the weather today?
Yes, it's very sunny. I like sunny days.
Me too. But tomorrow, it might rain.
Oh, I will bring an umbrella then.
Short, simple, perfect for beginners. Medium conversation.
Did you hear about the new school rules?
Yes, students need to wear uniforms now.
I think it is good. Uniforms make students look organized.
True. But some students feel it is uncomfortable.
Yes, comfort is important. Maybe the rules could be flexible.
Exactly. Now you're giving opinions and adding details. Advanced conversation. Did you read the news about the economy?
Yes, inflation is rising and prices are going up.
I think the government needs to act quickly to help people.
Absolutely, but balancing growth and safety is difficult.
Right. It's important to understand the long-term effects, too.
I agree. Discussing the news helps me see different perspectives.
See the pattern? Easy, short sentences. Medium, opinions. Advanced, analysis and discussion.
So start simple, then slowly add more ideas.
Exactly. Practice a little every day. That's how you build confidence.
I like these examples. They feel real, not like textbook dialogues.
That's the goal. Real conversations make you fluent faster.
Paul, we've learned strategies, vocabulary, and sample conversations. But how do we get better in the long term?
Yes, I sometimes feel I practice for a week and then forget everything.
That's normal. Here are some tips. 1. Consistency. Practice a little every day. Even 15 to 20 minutes is enough.
Better than one long session on Sunday.
2. Don't skip the hard stuff. Grammar, vocabulary, and speaking about difficult topics are like leg day at the gym.
It hurts, but it makes me stronger.
3. Rest. Take breaks to avoid burnout. Sleep, relax, listen to music.
Balance is important.
4. Focus on yourself. Don't compare yourself to fluent speakers. Focus on your progress.
Every small gain counts.
Exactly. Daily practice, doing the hard parts, resting, and focusing on yourself is the key to long-term improvement.
I feel motivated to keep going.
That's the mindset that creates fluency. Paul, that was a full workout for our brains today.
Yes, I feel ready to talk about the news, even if it's a little scary.
Remember, listeners, every small step counts. Understanding news, speaking about it, and learning new words is like training your brain.
And don't forget, mistakes are part of the process. They help you grow.
Exactly. So, before we finish, we have a question for you. What news topic do you find most difficult? Politics, weather, economy, or something else? Share in the comments. We love reading your stories.
Yes, and don't forget to subscribe to Roy English Talk, give us a like, and share this episode with your friends.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, small steps every day lead to big games.
See you next time, everyone.
Bye!